Okay, so let us start with this particular session. So let's say that in this particular session, we are basically trying to skip the number of rows. तो हम क्या करते हैं? हम एक वेरिएबल बनाते हैं नंबर ऑफ रोज टू स्किप दैट इज इक्वल टू 5 और फिर हम इसी वेरिएबल को ये बनाने के बाद हम इसे यहीं पे एक बार रन कर लेते हैं तो नंबर ऑफ रोज इज इक्वल टू 5। अभी हमें स्लाइस करना है अपने डेटा फ्रेम को excluding head and tail rows. So let us create a variable. Let's say data skipped is the name of the variable. And in this particular variable, what we will do is we will use ilog function. Yes, and we will say that number of rows to skip. Basically, we have written this, so we will write number of rows to skip is to negation sign number of rows to skip, right? So basically, we are what is this tells us? The very first left hand side of colon tells us it is the row, and right hand side of the colon tells us it is the column. Let us run this. Okay, the program has been executed, and if we try to see our skip data here, so we will see that it is 3255, one number of rows. If you go above, if you go above, see it was 32561 number of rows. Now if you see down, हमारे पास 32551 नंबर ऑफ रोज है। अब हमें क्या करना है? लेट अस से प्रिंट। अब हमें इसी चीज को प्रिंट कर लेते हैं। सो वी विल यूज प्रिंट फंक्शन विच इज डेटा, लेट्स से डेटा एक्सक्लूडिंग फर्स्ट एंड लास्ट 5 rows, right? Data excluding first and last 5 rows। और इसे हम पुराने तरह से भी प्रिंट कर सकते हैं और अगर जो हम लिखते थे पहले की तरह में, सो दिस थिंग इज नॉट रेड, लेट अस कम हियर, run this again, there is some error, so is that print unterminated string. Okay, so I will not use the right string here. Okay, ये आ गया और we say print open bracket, and what do we want to print? Basically, we want to print this skip data. That is what we want to print. Close the bracket, run this again, you will get the skip data in here. So that is what it has printed. The next thing is कि if अगर हमें first 5 rows चाहिए and first 3 columns ही चाहिए तो क्या? अगर हमें first 5 rows चाहिए और first 3 columns ही चाहिए तो क्या? तो I create a variable, let's say subset uh, ilog. I use ilog. I use df here, ilog, and I say that मुझे rows first 5 row column 0 to 5 it will take. I will write comma. It will again take 0 to 3 column, and I will run this. And I will run this. Now, if you see here, okay, go and check the output of subset ilog. It is going to give me first 5 rows and first 3 columns. Very simple. Very simple, right? And if I want to print this particular thing, again, what I will do, I will, let's say, type print, go here, uh, open bracket, first 5 rows and first 3 columns using ilog. Okay. And then what do I do next? I write print print, open bracket, subset underscore ilog. And I run this command. See, I am getting the necessary data which I needed in here. Now let us say that select those rows जहाँ पे age, जहाँ पे उम्र greater than 30 है, जहाँ पे age is greater than 30 and only specific column using lock. तो हम कुछ ही कॉलम यूज करेंगे यूजिंग LOC. We will not be using ilock. So subset lock, which is equal to df dot log df. Okay, we will be using age and we'll be closing this bracket then which is greater than 30. मुझे वो एज चाहिए जो greater than 30 हो and age, education, and let's say salary I should be able to display. मुझे वो display होना चाहिए. Age, education, and salary should get displayed. I run this, the code is perfectly fine, and I type the left hand side of the variable. Now let us. If I run this, I can get what am I getting here? I'm getting all my age, which is greater than 30. I am getting column of age, education, and salary. Okay, I can use print command, print the same thing, and I can go in further. Now, suppose I want to select some specific rows by certain index using ilock and then specific column by label using lock. Right? There is a difference between ilock function and lock function. So how can I do this? I create a variable, let's say row index. Row index is the name of my variable. I'm keeping it as 10. And let me run this line of code. What I'm doing next is I'm creating another variable and I'm adding age, education, occupation, salary in here. I'm writing all this. I'm running this line of code. What do I get? I get columns to select. This particular line is running fine. Then what do I do? In this particular data set, I create another variable. What I will do is I will try to use lock function. I will try to use lock function. Where I'm going to use this, I'm going to use this lock function in index, in row index, right? And let me go in further select. That is where I've used my lock function for data frame index and I'm trying to basically I need a specific row in here and specific column using label of lock function. I run this line of code, it is running here, and I then go and print the output. The output gets printed, and I am getting row number 10, age 33, occupation, executive managerial, education, some college, and salary greater than equal to 50. So this is what I have obtained in here. This is getting, because see, row index we have kept it 10. So that means I wanted to get that 10th row of my entire data set. मुझे क्या चाहिए था? वो 10th रो. हाउ डू आई गेट दैट 10th रो? मैंने एक वेरिएबल बनाया था रो इंडेक्स नाम का, जिसमें मैंने 10 लिखा था, and through lock function I was able to get that thing in here. Okay, now let us go ahead in this exercise. You can also print the same thing we have already discussed. You can do this by printing in the how print function can be used in here. सो अगर हम आगे जाते हैं और देखते हैं कि इनकम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन बाय एजुकेशनल लेवल, और हम एक ग्रुप करते हैं एजुकेशन एंड then calculate the number of people in each category. That is what our next task will be. So what do we do here? What we do here is basically we create a variable. Variable can be anything. See, I am using this variable. It is only to have a good context with respect to the programming that I am trying to do here. But variable can be anything. And I am going to use group by function. Group by function is what I am going to use here. I am going to say education, right? And then I'm going to say size. This is what I'm going to do here. मैं अभी ये करने जा रहा हूँ, and just check my output, what I'm going to get here. So what did I got? I got all my education. I grouped 10 together. I grouped 11 together. I was able to group 12 together. So अगर आप अपना डेटा सेट देखो तो ये सब अलग अलग है, right? They are all different at different places. Basically, what we have done is we have tried to group them together. Can we go a step ahead? So can we filter out who earn more than 15K and group by education? Yes, we can do that. So let's say people earning above, I'm creating a variable 50K by education, right? What do I do here? I am using data frame. I'm going in my data frame. I'm going in my data frame salary, right? Salary, which should be equal to 50K, which should be equal to 50K. This should be capital K, otherwise you will not get any data. And group by, group by, we should be using this group by education dot size, right? And let us run this. There is something missing in here. Some inputs are not proper. Let us check. So here you have created the variable. Then what has happened is we have gone to the salary. We have set salary as equal to greater than 50K. We have used group by function education dot size. Okay. There is one bracket missing here, right? So there is one particular bracket that is missing out. Yeah, we should add that bracket, box bracket. We have done that. Let us run this line of code. Let us see the output. Yes, we are getting the salary which is greater than 50. Very simple to execute, right? Very simple to see this particular line of code. Now, what if the percentage of earning people more than 50K? Percentage, very favorite. We have done this before also. So let us write a variable percentage above 50K, which is by, let's say, this is our variable name. And what we will be doing next is we will be saying that people, this particular code which we have written here, we will copy it here, we will paste it. This divided by, we have written one code earlier as well. Total people by education. This code we had written earlier into 100. Now we will run this. The code is executed. We will try to see the answer which is there in the left hand side. We'll execute this, and we have got the data for almost each and everything for 10th, 11th, 12th, uh, prof school, some school, each and every education we have got the data here. Okay, and then we can print the same thing in. So thank you for this session. We will continue again in another session. Thank you very much.